Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is the day where puppies came back. So if any of you guys are watching now, you don't know what this set was. So on this set we experimented in encapsulating gel polish in acrylic because I wanted to see how it worked. So there is a tutorial for that, so I'll leave a link in the description box down below. So Poppy had these done 4 weeks ago to the day. And I've got to say, they have lasted pretty darn well. So, we're going to go in for a redesign. So I'm going to start off by taking off the crystals just using some cuticle cutters. The silver ones weren't doing it, so I went in with these ones from the Born Pretty store. I have got to say, these were really difficult to get the colour off and stuff. It took quite a while to file back down to the clear acrylic, so because I had to file through the clear acrylic first, then file off the gel polish to reveal that thin layer of the clear acrylic that we did first. So I have cut out quite a bit of the filing process because it was going on forever and I just thought you guys would get really bored. On the pinky, I don't actually need to get off every last bit of glitter because I am going in again with a glitter nail. So I wasn't too fussed about getting all of the glitter off that one. So I literally just go in and file using my e-file all of the nails and remove all of that acrylic and gel polish. When you're doing this, you need to be careful because you're going down to the clear acrylic that you first put on, and they will be really thin and really flimsy, and do make sure that you're going back and forth to each nail to stop any burning sensation on your client's nails because that can get a little bit uncomfortable. So just switch between, as you see what I'm doing, I'm switching between each nail. So once I've got everything off with my e-file, I then go in with a hand file and just file over all of the nails and get off the colour that I couldn't remove with the e-file. On this one, it was getting really thin and there was the tiniest bit of colour left, but I've just left it on there because we're covering it up anyway. So I just go over all of those nails and then also file and shape the sidewalls and the free edge just to get that shape back because they did go quite out of shape. So once I'm done filing, I just get rid of all of the dust and just wipe over those with a little bit of gel residue just to get some of the dust away. And then now I'm going in with my acid bond from CJP and just applying that just to the cuticle area where the natural nail growth is. And now we're going to go in for the redesign. So on this nail, we are going in with the most beautiful silver glitter I think I've ever seen in my life, and this is the Crystal Queen from Diamond Glitters, and I'm just applying that using a small bead of the CJP Crystal Glass, which is the clear acrylic. You want to do this quite thin, as I've said before, because you're going to let it set and then you are going to go in and encapsulate it with the clear. On the ring finger, I'm going in with CJP Bright White. I don't usually use this white, I usually use the Snow White, but for some reason, I don't know why, I ordered this one by mistake. I don't know what it is, but I find this one really, really hard to work with. Snow White I find absolutely perfect, but for some reason this one just seemed really hard to work with. It was really runny, and yeah, I don't know what was happening. I don't know if that was just me, but I'm just applying that to the whole nail. So while that acrylic's still wet, I'm just going in here with the Blue Angel thread from Glitterarty Nails, and I'm just pressing that down on top of that wet acrylic just so that it sticks, and then I just use my brush just to press that in. This looks an absolute mess before you file, so don't worry about it. But I'm just going to press that in, making sure it's secure and making sure that it has stuck at the sides and the free edge. And while that's setting, I'm now going to go in and do the other 3 nails. So I'm just going in here and infilling this one with clear acrylic, and it's the CJP Crystal Glass. On the index finger, we're going to go in again and do the gel polish encapsulated in clear. So I'm just infilling there with a really, really thin layer of the clear acrylic, and then I will let that set. Here I'm going in with CJP Birthday Suit, and I'm just covering the nail bed area with this, and I'm doing it at sort of a slant because I'm going to go in with the Crystal Queen glitter, and I'm just going to go from the tip of the nail down towards the cuticle in like a little swirly shape. And then I'm going to add some really cute snowflakes, and they're from Glitterarty Nails. And in the pack I got blue ones, silver ones and pink ones. So for this set we're going to use a blue one and a silver one. And to apply those, I just use a small bead of clear acrylic and then pop the snowflake where I want it, and then use the belly on my brush just to press that down. And the same with the silver, and then I will encapsulate this once that has set. So while that's setting, I went back to encapsulate the pinky. Once again, I am using the CJP Crystal Glass. You're gonna get sick of hearing me say that. I'm just making sure that that whole nail is matte, because that means that you've covered all the glitter, so you don't want to see any shininess coming through that. While that one's setting, I'm just going in here with the Madam Glam, I think it's called, oh I can't remember what it's called, I'll put it in the description box, but just applying one coat of that and then curing that in my LED lamp for 30 seconds. And here I'm just encapsulating that thumbnail as well. I then went in back on the index finger and applied a second coat of the Madam Glam gel polish and cured for a further 30 seconds. And then we decided on that one that we were going to do a glitter fade. So using a wet bead of the clear acrylic, I pick up some of the Crystal Queen and just apply that at the cuticle area, and then just drag that up towards the free edge. And then if I feel like I need any more, I'll just dip my brush into the glitter without any acrylic on, and I'll just place that where I want it. So now that this one is set, I'm just going in and trimming off the excess Angelina thread. My scissors are really poor, so I did have to go in with some cuticle cutters just so I could get a bit closer to the cuticle area. So I just tried to trim as much away as possible, but you don't have to panic because you are going to encapsulate this with clear acrylic, and then once you file it, you will file away any of the excess that's hanging out, so it's absolutely fine. So don't stress, it does look a mess, but it won't look a mess, I promise. Once all of those were fully set, I just take my hand file, and this is a 100 grit file, and just file around the cuticle area, the sidewalls and the free edge, just to give it a nice clean shape. And then I go over the surface of the nail as well, and then I will go in with a buffing block, and that's just to smooth out the nail and remove any scratches. Then once I had filed all of those nails and also buffed them, I then got rid of the dust. Here I'm going in on the middle finger again with the Madam Glam gel polish colour, and just applying my first coat, and curing that for 30 seconds in my LED lamp. I will then go in with a second coat and once again cure that for 30 seconds. Once that was cured, I'm going in here with the Colour Club nail art polish in white, and I'm just using the applicator striping brush that comes with it, and I'm just creating my snowflake. This is a pretty simple and pretty easy snowflake to do, to be honest. So I'm not going to sit here explaining it, I'll let you watch because it is really simple. And then I will jump back in a second. The brush that I'm using here is the CJP nail art brush as well, and I'm using the same polish as I used previously. So just to finish off that snowflake, I'm just applying a Swarovski crystal in the middle of the nail. I applied this one and then I didn't like it. I thought it was too big, so I just switched it up for a smaller one. And then on the ring finger, we decided we want to go in with some more Swarovskis. So I'm using these beautiful, they're like a pearly blue coloured Swarovski. They are so pretty. My client actually, Poppy, always brings her own crystals. Like every single time she comes, she buys loads of crystals and brings them with her. So I'm not actually sure which ones they were, but I will try and have a look. And I'm just going in using my Nails nail glue. And this is actually like amazing stuff. I'm not even joking you. It is really, really good glue, really, really strong, and it holds them really, really well. I'm saying really, really a lot tonight. And then we decided on the middle finger just to add a couple around the cuticle area as well. Then once that glue had fully set, once the glue had fully dried, should I say, I then went in with my top coat and top coated all of the nails and around those crystals as well. You want to try not to top coat on top of the crystals because you'll lose the shininess of them. And the top coat that I'm using is the Madame Glam No Wipe top coat. And I just apply that to all of the nails around the crystals and I cure that in my LED lamp for 1 minute. If you're using a UV lamp, you want to cure for at least 2 minutes. On the thumb, I apply it underneath the nail as well, just because it is sort of a clear tip, so we don't really want it to be dull underneath. We want to try and make it shiny as possible. Then once they were fully cured, I just went up and cleaned around the cuticle areas where I'd got the nail art polish, just with a small brush and some acetone. And then I went in with the Sherbet Lemon Cuticle Oil from CJP. And that is it. So this is the finished look. I absolutely loved these. They were so pretty. Yeah, so the gel polish encapsulated in acrylic works really, really well, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this tutorial. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And I will see you all in my next tutorial. Bye!